Hello and welcome to another episode of Film Spill, a movie night podcast. I'm your host, Chelsea. Film Spill, if you already don't know, is a podcast that comes out every week, and we talk about a movie by a female filmmaker every episode. We also discuss women in the entertainment industry in general. We play summer party type games, spill entertainment gossip, and get to know each other and our guest. This week I am back to doing a solo episode, but we got a lot in store. Today we're going to talk about Lorene Scafaria's crime comedy drama Hustlers. But first it's time for Name That Episode. This week we're going to be discussing Harlem, created by Tracy Oliver. It is available to watch on Amazon Prime, but I specifically want to discuss the majority of the directors for the show that are women, 3 out of 4 directors currently. Since I last wrote these notes, it could have changed, but as of right now, 3 out of 4 directors are women. And right now you can stream on Amazon Prime both season 1 and 2. So just binge it. Binge the shit out of it. Linda Mendoza directed the majority of episodes. She is known to have directed a lot of television series, such as Blackish and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Never Have I Ever, and so on. Tracy Oliver stars and writes for the show. Tracy Oliver is known for Girls Trip and First Wives Club. She is a writer, producer, and actress. Look at us women killing the game. But honestly, I've seen both seasons and I'm obsessed. Me and my fiance watch it. And she's the one who actually initially got me into it. I did see advertising for the show when it first came out. But I'm like, oh no, it's probably going to be one of those like another knockoff show. But honestly, I really do like it. I really do like Harlem. The writing is really spot on. I think that each character has their own very distinct personality. Very well thought out, and I love it. I love each character. There's not one character that gets on my nerves, and that always happens to me. I always have that one character from the friend group that gets on my nerves, and none of them do. That sounds so bad. But no, honestly, it's very entertaining. I definitely think it left off on a cliffhanger. I thought there was going to be more episodes per this season, but I think there was only 8 last time that I checked, because I checked weekly and then I stopped seeing new episodes. Don't you hate that? There's no warning, this is going to be the last episode. They just stop showing up, and so then you figure, oh, okay, that's the end of the season. Or at least I don't know where to get those updates. If you know where to get these updates that shows are just going to be done for the season, let me know, because I need to hop on that. But yeah, honestly, take a watch. It's on Amazon Prime if you have a subscription. If you don't get that subscription, I mean, why wouldn't you have Amazon Prime by now? It's just the shit. Not sponsored by Amazon. And not saying I have my own account. I do use someone else's account. But that's besides the point. No, but honestly, if you have the time for it, definitely worth the time to invest to watch the show. All right, enough with me promoting Harlem. Like I stated before, I'm going to be discussing Hustlers 2019. Hustlers is available to watch on Hulu and Amazon Prime Video. This discussion will contain spoilers for the film, so if you haven't already seen it, go watch and then come back afterwards to hear my thoughts. So to get into the synopsis of the film, Destiny, who is a hardworking stripper, finds her life forever changed after she is taken under the wing of a fellow dancer named Ramona, who's played by J-Lo, and shown how to finesse money from the club's wealthy Wall Street clientele. After the 2008 recession cuts into their profits, Destiny, Ramona, and 2 other dancers devise a scheme to take their lives back. Everyone in this film is amazing. We really have a great overall cast. We have J-Lo, who's playing Ramona. We have Constance Wu, who plays Destiny. Lily Reinhart, who plays Annabelle, and Kiki Palmer, who plays Mercedes. And we can't forget special appearances from Lizzo and Cardi B. This film is amazing. I love it so much. I can watch it all the time, especially watching J-Lo's pole performance. I can definitely watch that on repeat. Let's get into our writer-director, Lorene Scafaria. She's an American director, writer, playwright, and actress. She wrote and staged her first play at just the age of 17. She graduated from Montclair State University with a BA in English and a minor in theater. That's right, she is from Northern Jersey. She wrote and directed 2 films before Hustlers, which were Seeking a Friend for the End of the World in 2012 and The Meddler in 2015, that also has an amazing cast. In The Meddler, we have Susan Sarandon and Rose Byron. If you guys want to watch The Meddler, it's available to watch on YouTube, on Apple TV, and Google Play, but you do have to pay. Don't you just hate that? I have been finding some really good movies on Tubi, and Tubi's free. So if you guys have Tubi on your televisions for free, definitely take a look at that because they have some great movies. Fun fact. So Scafaria has been in a relationship with comedian and filmmaker Bo Burnham since 2013. Now let's get into some background on the film. The story is based on a 2015 New York Magazine article by Jessica Pressler titled, quote, "The Hustlers at Scores." She wanted to show the flip side to films like The Wolf of Wall Street by focusing on, quote, women who worked in Wall Street backgrounds and how they were similarly affected by the 2008 financial collapse. We're definitely feeling that now with everything going on with the prices that are skyrocketing, people are losing their jobs, and the film industry being so dry. Like, a lot of people are dealing with hardships. Honestly, I am going to dedicate this episode as well to help other people who are struggling right now in the film industry to have other sort of resources. I know for me, having a community of people has helped me find jobs and just like job search in general. So just having that extra set of eyes, I can drop some in the show notes of just some sources that I have found useful in my job search currently. So hopefully this helps you guys in your job search, and hopefully this is like another resource that you can use, that you can share with others who are also in the same boat as us, and let's just help each other out. The goal here is for us to stick together and to help one another and to support each other in this job searching game, because honestly it's tough, and by us building that support system, we can all help each other out. Hashtag let's help each other out. Okay, Scafaria was originally only hired to write for the film, which was actually sent to Martin Scorsese during development. Scafaria was vocal about her desire to direct the film from the beginning. It took 10 months for her to get a meeting, but she was eventually selected to direct. That is determination and dedication right there. But should it have taken her that long to get noticed? No. Another side fact is that prior to writing for the script, she didn't get a chance to meet the original characters. So if you don't know, this film it is fiction, but it does have some aspects of it inspired by true events. So this was an actual crime that occurred. These people were real. And so, it's dramatization of true events. Yes, that's what we can call it. A lot of films that are based on true events, they'll say like inspired by true events. I forget if this particular film does that, but yeah, it is inspired by true events. And so she didn't get a chance to talk to the original characters beforehand, so she did get to explore her own version of the characters. But she has stated something around the lines of like, it does feel different when you do include real people in the real stories to a movie versus something that you just have come up with. Because honestly, sometimes true events are the most like storytelling in the way that like more people can connect with it. Sometimes when we create scenarios, it just doesn't connect with your audiences the same way, maybe because we don't personally have a connection with that. Honestly, authenticity connects with your audience. That is something that I really have found to be a common theme in these films, that when directors are showing any sort of authenticity or including anything organic in their films, it gets good feedback from the audiences. People are more likely to build this connection towards your film. So if you're looking for, any advice on how to construct a screenplay or like how to go about your film, it's just like be Be authentic and be raw with your storytelling. That is my advice. Going back to Lorene. She was only originally hired to write for the film. The film was a critical and commercial success. Jennifer Lopez won several awards for her performance in the film, including National Film and TV Awards for Best Actress, Palm Springs International Film Festival Gala, the Spotlight Award, and several Best Supporting Actress awards. Now, there was big controversy when Jennifer Lopez was getting nominated for these awards because, and this is actually in her documentary, you can actually see when she's working on this film. Her documentary Halftime is available to watch on Netflix, and she does reveal some things about while she was working on the film Hustlers, and one of those was about her nomination and how they believe that she was going to get an Oscar nomination for her role in this because that's how well she portrayed the role of Ramona. Jennifer Lopez is badass, and she's been acting for so long. So, you would think that by now she would get her recognition, and she hasn't. And, that's what's so sad is, and it just, makes you realize, how hard it is, to really get noticed in this industry, even if you've been in the game for so long. And she talks about it, always having to prove herself. And it's this constant showing up and not backing down and not letting, the negativity or people's point of views affect who you are and your hardship and how you work towards your goals. Kudos to her for really pushing through a lot of the things that she's pushed through, and you don't realize that because I said, it's behind the scenes stuff. You don't really see these people talking about this. So her documentary really takes you into her emotions and her feelings behind that. But I definitely did think that she deserved more recognition for her performance and not just these awards. But, we're changing things in the industry. Maybe, even this year at the Oscars, I feel there's films that definitely deserve the recognition and they didn't. But it's okay. I definitely support the ones who did. There are great films who did get recognized this year. But, yeah, everything happens for a reason. So even though they might not be seen by the Academy as great, we as audience members think about it as great. And me personally, I love her performance in this. I really think she killed it, and I wouldn't have seen this film play out any other way. She was meant for that role. But going on to some production design and costuming. Keke Palmer said that the production design and wardrobe helped her get into character. Some interviewers asked the cast what their favorite costumes were in the film, and Keke Palmer said the first one she wore, which was the gold dress. J-Lo said when the Rihanna song is playing, when she's wearing the big fur coat and sort of leather dress. Constance Wu said that the reindeer slippers were her favorite, and Lily Reinhart said wearing pleasers with bunnies on them. So it's pretty unique what everyone resonated to in the film. I definitely think that I would lean towards what Constance Wu said about the reindeer slippers. That is such a me thing. Out of all the costumes, I would be the damn slippers. You can't go wrong with reindeer slippers. Come on. During development, before Lorene was officially hired as the film's director, she put together several sizzle reels to show producers her visual inspirations for the film, which is awesome. That's going and already creating a lookbook and already having everything planned out. She already was determined, I'm going to be a director for this film, and I'm just going to get ready for that. I'm already preparing myself for this opportunity. So that's awesome. She said she created reels with her editor, and she later hired that editor on, Kayla Emter. Hopefully I'm not saying her editor's name wrong. What I'm definitely going to include in the show notes is this film's soundtrack, because it has some bops. All of them are bops, actually. I can't even say some. All of them are bops. So I'm definitely including that. Some of my faves include Give Me by Britney Spears, Money by Cardi B, Control by Janet Jackson, and Love in This Club by Usher. Every time these songs come on, while I'm watching this film. Like, I'm always bopping. Like, I love that. I love when you can, like, bop to a film. But I know getting clearances for these songs were not cheap. So, I wonder how much that added to their budget. But who knows? As the film is based on a true story, the four main characters are also interpretations of real people. So Constance Wu emphasizes her character's love and admiration for Jennifer Lopez's character. Jennifer Lopez was also a producer on the film and took part in the creative decisions. Had to learn pole dancing pretty much from scratch, which is such a hard skill. Like, props to anyone who knows how to pole dance. Like, I've been wanting to take pole dancing classes for so long, but honestly, I have no upper body strength, and that's something I have to definitely build on before I even get my ass on a pole. But best believe, once I get myself up to par, that pole dancing is up there. Or maybe I can gain upper body strength already pole dancing. I don't know. To be determined. So she actually learned some, not all, pole dancing and general stripper etiquette / lore from this incredible sex worker who is also a writer, artist, comedian, and powerhouse, Jacqueline Francis, also known as Jackie the Stripper, who also served as an advisor for the film and made several cameos in the club's locker room. In marketing for the film, Reinhardt was often referred to as, quote, the girl from Riverdale. She has mentioned that she hopes this film will be a step towards forwarding her career beyond Riverdale. She was hesitant about accepting the role after reading the film's logline, but once she read the script, she fell in love with the story and felt that her initial reaction was a result of bias, as well as how the industry has historically portrayed strippers in film as set pieces, and there's no character development in them. Lily Reinhardt shared in an interview that after filming Hustlers, she gained a new appreciation for exotic dancers and now attends many strip clubs and burlesque shows in her free time. Keke Palmer wanted to portray her character as, quote, normal girl and not defined by her career as a dancer. The main cast all took pole lessons even if they weren't going to be shown dancing on the screen to give context to their performances. The cast commented on how difficult pole dancing is. Lily Reinhardt called it an admirable skill. The cast only has good things to say about Jennifer Lopez's attitude on set and the care she showed to her fellow cast and crew members. It is important to Lorene to have Cardi B on set, as she had first-hand experience with the SW industry and brought a lot of authenticity to the set. The characters are neither villainized nor defined by their actions. They are presented as just women doing what they can to get by in this patriarchal system that is built to oppress them. There was a lot of improvisation involved in the dialogue. The themes found in this film are friendship between women using their power to make system of oppression, so sexualization, commodification, patriarchy, etc. Work for rather than against them. Honestly, if you think about the true story in this film really showed that the means that people will go through to support themselves, and especially in hard times, it's like, you know, we go by the rules and we get what? And it's like breaking the rules gets you where you need to be. And that is a common theme that I've seen play out in movies, that it's, and even like lines are written into characters that it's just, you know, you play by the rules and you get nothing in return. Or you start breaking rules, and that's where you can find success, or you can find more of an outcome. Now, I'm not saying go break rules, go break the law. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But it goes to show that some people have to play dirty to make their ends meet or to make money. It's like dirty money. And like, we I don't know, it's just like it's like that feeling that like, it's something that like, personally, I wouldn't like having dirty money. Like, I wouldn't like it not have come from hard work. I'm not saying that what they didn't do isn't hard work. Like, looking back on this film and just like realizing what these characters were able to do, it was smart for them to make money and like, you know, stealing these guys as business cards from the strip club and, you know, being like, you know, they don't need it. they have so much of it. And like, yeah, that could be true, but you're still stealing someone's money who they've worked for their money. But like, it's like hardships. It's like I know Ramona probably says a line there somewhere, like, they're going to be spending this money anyways. So it's like, why not spend it on yourselves or take it for yourself? So yeah, it's hard. It's hard because you see them doing something bad, but you advocate for them because you do want them to, make ends meet. They gotta put food on the table. They gotta pay their rent, so they're doing whatever it takes in order to do that. So it shows hardship in these women, that they'll do whatever it takes to get what they want. And if that is using men in order to do that, using men's money who they know that don't need it or they have a lot of it, and it's like, might as well just take it. I definitely think that this was an eye-opener to people who haven't seen women portrayed in this manner. And it's true that like usually sex workers are just objectified and sexualized in films, and to be able to go through the story of someone who is an exotic dancer and their livelihood and what it takes to make ends meet, it's like very, very interesting because we don't get to see that side of things. Not enough stories are told in that perspective. And I definitely think that, this was the first movie to change that and to open our eyes, and hopefully has paved the way for other filmmakers to want to tell more stories about exotic dancers and maybe make documentaries, or maybe make other fictional stories, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I have high hopes that this film did what it needed to do, and I'm very happy that this film was made. Yeah, because we don't have enough of these stories out there. So this is a very unique story, a very unique film. And I remember when it first came out, how much hype it had, especially after the trailer. Like the fact that J-Lo was in it. I mean, J-Lo was like the main person that everyone was going crazy for. But not to say I don't have love for any other of the actresses on there as well. Like, they're amazing. But J-Lo. I love J-Lo. I think once people watched it and they realized how great of a film it is, definitely I feel like it changed people's perspectives for the better. And yeah, Zola came on afterwards. So like, yeah, Hustlers came out in 2019, and then Zola comes out in 2020. That also has to do with a similar theme. It has to do with sex workers. Yeah, I forget. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but I gotta rewatch it. Overall, this is one of my favorites. I always love watching Hustlers. I probably have seen this movie like 4 times already, and will probably continue watching it. And I don't, like I've said, I don't normally rewatch things, but definitely always a great one to come back to. Thank you guys again for listening. This has been Film Spill, a movie night podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. All are at Film Spill Pod. Tell a friend about the podcast if you like, and leave us a review on Apple Podcast. That will help other people find Film Spill too. Special thanks to Onyx Films for promoting us. You can check out Onyx's other projects at onyx-film. And don't forget, I am currently still crowdfunding for my directorial short, Tell You Soon. I'm going to include that as well on the show notes. You guys can check out my story on the GoFundMe page. I will be coming out with more videos and more updates about the film. And if you guys would like, please follow us on Instagram as well at Tell You Soon Film. And until next time, don't cry over a spilled film. Film.